It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. Next on Madden Football.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And Mahomes going to put it up right away. This goes to the former Raven, Marquise Brown. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 39 yards there, a big one. Some early fireworks on the first play from scrimmage.
The last fireworks I saw, July 4th, okay? Here they are celebrating the start of this game the exact same way. Explosive right out of the gate.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 14. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now it's Mahomes again. That one caught by Rice. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
Pacheco going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
7th play coming now on this opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they were very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
First carry now for Justice Hill. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Running from the gun with Henry. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. From the gun, it's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 30 yards.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 26-yard line. Jackson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Back to the ground, it's Hill. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
So 2nd and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens have answered that early field goal to take a first-quarter lead. Well, that was all Lamar Jackson all the time on that drive, both through the air and in the end with a touchdown run.
Yeah, how about him doing things a little bit on the reverse side there, Brandon, because he softened him up throwing the football and opened up the running lanes. And when he gets a little bit of a sliver, he's gone. And that's exactly what he did there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. And down inside the 15 he goes. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter from KC. It's the Chiefs in possession of the football. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. To throw, it's Mahomes. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Jackson now. A short one there, caught by Likely. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. And Bateman, and he'll go in motion right here. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
facing fourth down. Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by one score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco once again. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
That'll be caught by Rice. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time, as that'll move the chains.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Two minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Mahomes. Quick slant to Brown. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. In motion goes the tight end. Now here's Mahomes. This is caught. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco taking it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. From the gun, Jackson. Throw caught by Flowers. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Flowers going to go in motion right. They go play action now. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. To throw is Jackson. He finds Hopkins complete. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And Jackson throwing once more. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
2nd and 7. Here's Jackson. Miller on the catch over the middle. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We got a strong first half out of the running back, Isaiah Pacheco. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
This 2nd and 4. Going again on the ground here with Hill. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he will have a Ravens first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And a catch made by Hopkins. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Henry up the middle. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. George Karlaftis, the man to bring him down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. A short one there, caught by Likely. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, with his size, you've really got to wrap up because arm tackles, they're not going to cut it. And that time, He used his full-grown man strength to fight off his defender and pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hopkins. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Up the middle, it's Hill. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
This now a 3rd and 4. Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
And I'll tell you what, this offense is playing a little bit of keep away right now. They've come out here in the 3rd quarter, possessed the ball for quite a while, and they keep on converting. Nice pitch and catch there to set up the 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Now it's Jackson. There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 29. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Mahomes now to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Mahomes hitting his favorite target, Travis Kelce, on the touchdown pass. And the Chiefs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. Plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here, and they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. A 10-play drive that time, and it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. after the touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
From the 46, here's second down and 7. Flowers going to go in motion right. Play action. Now Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Jackson from the shotgun. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up fourth down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes headed back onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Now Mahomes. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now here's Mahomes. Stiff-armed him. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Taken in at the 22. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll start with a give to Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That's George Karlaftis greeting him behind the line with a big stop.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's Jackson to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 24 yards. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with a quicker guy, and some difficult to match up with that slot receiver? That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. From the gun, it's Jackson. It's complete to Hopkins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now a 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. Going right back to DeAndre Hopkins. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. And Jackson throwing once more. That's complete left side to Bateman. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to tie things up in the final minute. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
And that's complete to Brown. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Mahomes finding Kelsey. Now 2nd and 4. Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. So it's the Ravens who won the toss. They'll get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They start the drive on the ground with Hill. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way, because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. That's caught. It's Flowers. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
Now it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive play. That sets your defense back on its heels. A timeout here would be a good idea and try and get themselves settled because we're in OT. This is big time.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he is into the end zone. They accomplish what they set out to do as they will take the lead here in overtime.
Did you see how the linebackers froze for just a second? That's why you run play action. You want to keep them rooted in the spot and create a little bit of extra space so your tight end can find some room behind them. And then the quarterback finds his target downfield, and he turns it into 6 points.
Now the try here for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now. A drive that time of 6 plays. And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. KC's offense ready to take over. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now a first throw here in overtime. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 16 more on that one and another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Throwing now is Mahomes. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
They need a matching touchdown here to keep their hopes alive. Here's second down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. And he's going to get into the end zone. They respond with a touchdown of their own. And now decision time. Down by 1 here at OT.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Butker now to add the extra point. And he'll bang that one through. So that drive, 4 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Each team's had it in overtime, so next score wins. Here's second down. Off the option, here's Henry. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
3rd and 3. Off the option, here's Henry. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
The Ravens send their punter out now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at the 23. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And, Charles, all of a sudden they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Here's Mahomes to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Ball on the 39. Here's a 2nd and 7. Again, it's Pacheco. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
With a heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they'll be celebrating in the Power and Light District. The Chiefs have won the football game. But, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Arrowhead.